Hello anyone that found this video. I hope this is useful to you. We are going to be talking about these G3 micro cameras. This one happens to be a used and dead one, and I have had a lot of these die on me, and I will go over what I have learned about waterproofing these, having these UniFi Protect G3 micro cameras outside. So this one got the power base. This one just stopped working recently, and you can notice when you turn it on, all you get is a blue light. I don't have a pin to push this. I got a multimeter. If you get a reset pin into here and push it, nothing will happen. So this is pretty much, I have learned from 2 of these happening now, that when you get the solid blue light with the reset pin not doing anything, you pretty much have a dead camera. If you can RMA this, RMA it. Get Ubiquiti to replace it, because I have never been able to recover one once it's just a solid blue status light. So I'm going to go over what I have done with these cameras to make them last longer. Because I was noticing we have a metal building that we watch on our Protect system, and it is completely exposed. The camera is literally just magneted to the side of the building. No cover, water falls directly on it when it rains, and I've noticed that these will last about a month. You get 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 2 months out of these, untouched, put outside. They are not really outdoor cameras, but I have noticed you can have them outdoors as long as water will not be interacting with it. We have one of these under an awning at a gas station. It has worked for 2 years, no problems. There's another one on the gas station sign, dies every month. So I have gone through a lot of these trying to figure out the best way to waterproof them, and I'm gonna go over that right now. So the number one thing that happens is this rust spot. When this camera is mounted to something and pointing down, water will collect in between the magnet surfaces, and you will see all the rust that's forming. That's just from water. It's not even from the rain, it's just from after the rain, the water's sitting there and rusting. If you notice this soon enough, the camera will go offline because obviously there's not good electrical contact. If you get to this soon enough, you can clean it and save it from the blue light of death. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. One sec. So that's the one thing, the first thing I've noticed is that these will corrode, kill the connection for electricity, and then these will just turn off. All right, so that's the first issue, is water collecting in this dish. Obviously, I don't have a solution for waterproofing these. The best thing you can do is keep these out of direct water or direct contact from the rain, and then watch the rest of this video. I will show you what I've done to make them last longer in the elements. So if you ever want to take apart this camera, you'll notice that there's a ball in the back, and you'll take the ball off and you'll be like, okay, well, now what? There's nothing else I can do. It's a little counterintuitive. The cover comes off this side. The black cover is what is hiding all of the electronics. I have one open right here with not all the pieces on it. This is the LED ring that snaps in to this connector here and then lays flush over top. This camera unit, once you get this black cover off, you will literally see, it will literally look just like this. Get the black cover off, and you can pop the camera assembly down. It's not glued in or anything, and you can open it up like a clamshell and see the 2 wire connections. So the red and black wire is for the speaker on the back here, that the screw is magneted to. That speaker hole is what the red and black wire are for. The thicker black wire is for the power. So that's what I do. What I do first is I pull power, rocking it back and forth, not trying to break the connector. And then these are supposed to be connected to, it will be connected to, here's one connector, the other connector is right here at the tip of my finger. Sorry for the dirty fingernails. So once you get to this spot, I have found the best thing you can do is coat this entire PCB in as much conformal coating as you can possibly allow. This is the conformal coating I use. I just got it off Amazon, silicone conformal coating. This is pretty much waterproofing. You will cover all the exposed caps and traces on this board. You can see what happens here. If I get focus. All the corrosion. This is what's killing the camera. Because again, when this camera sits and it's angled down, all the water will pool in this bottom corner. It'll pull behind the magnet and rust this out, and then it'll pull in here and short the PCB out. Those are the two weakest points of this camera. If you can get a little brush, get your conformal coating, and disassemble this camera, it will literally make your camera last 4 months longer. And just slowly apply a coat of conformal across the entire thing. I did not get to do this with this camera. This is the last one I bought before when I wasn't conformal coating them, but I do this to every G3 micro now that's going to sit outside. You can also front and back of this board, and then the LED ring, there's just a front. So I layer this thing up with some conformal coating. You can even take the camera apart if you want. It just pulls backwards after you take the power out for it. And then it's just in with this snap connector. So then you can have all the pieces of the camera laid out and apply your conformal coating.